So, today we are going to be talking about the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 and see how this particular device holds up in 2025. Now, the Note series of phones got discontinued back in 2020, with the Galaxy Note 20 being the last Galaxy Note phone ever. Samsung sort of decided to combine this S series and Note series and made just the one main flagship lineup of phones. So this makes this Note 8 one of the last phones from the Note series. It came out back in 2017 and in my opinion is still a legendary phone. It was way ahead of its time. I think this was the same time when the iPhone X came out and that phone had a notch display, and I remember everyone debating over Apple's notch versus Samsung's design, because comparing it to the Galaxy Note 7, the Note 8 had significantly thinner bezels and they also removed the home button layout on the front. Also, you have to remember, when the Note 8 came out, Samsung weren't doing so great around that time, especially with the Note 7 incident. So this was like a huge comeback from that perspective. Now, starting out from the outside, it's got a beautiful glass back and a 1440p 6.3-inch curved display panel at the front. I mean, this display is still amazing today. You get a headphone jack and a USB Type-C charging port at the bottom. I'm pretty sure this was one of the first Samsung phones to get the Type-C port, and this was back in 2017. On top of all that, you also got a fingerprint scanner on the back and a micro SD card slot as well. So you were getting expandable storage capability, which nowadays you don't really see that often. Now, if you think this phone sounds insane right now, let me tell you, this phone came with a stylus as well. And that's sort of like the selling point and the special exclusive feature that the Note series was famous for at the time. And let me tell you, having an S Pen with a phone this old is just so legendary. It feels premium, it's an amazing experience regardless of how old this device is. Now, one of the things I was very much interested in were the cameras on this thing. Now, usually with older devices like these, you get a single camera setup like the S6, S7 and S8 lineup. But with the Note series, you get a dual camera setup. And it's not a wide angle and an ultra wide angle. They put a telephoto lens on it back in 2017, which is very impressive. But even then, this is an 8-year-old phone, so I wasn't expecting too much from this camera. But not gonna lie, I was wrong. The cameras on this thing are really impressive. It's a 12 megapixel wide and a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera at the back. And even on the front, it's got an 8 megapixel and a 2 megapixel iris scanner, so this thing has Face ID as well. Now, the camera quality on this phone actually blows my mind. Like, it's got a dedicated portrait mode and everything. And on top of that, the video quality is very good as well, with 4K capability up to 30 frames per second. This camera still easily holds up in 2025, and you can get really good results in good lighting conditions. It's not the best camera under low light and during nighttime, but I think it still very much holds up even today and has aged very well. Definitely a step up from the Galaxy S6 and S7 with the addition of that telephoto lens at the back. Now, enough about the positives. This phone has a very big problem, and that is software. It officially ended support on Android 9, which is significantly outdated. Right now we are on Android 16, so yeah, software wise it's very much behind. I think Android 9 is still pretty well supported, as in the app support is still there, but if you're looking for a device which is going to be long lasting, then I would not recommend this phone at all. But it does have Android 9 with One UI, which at this moment is still very much usable. But if you are planning to get this phone, I would 100% recommend installing a custom ROM on this device. I think there is a Galaxy S24 port for this Note 8, so you would be able to use this phone with the modern One UI 7 experience. But apart from the software, there's one more problem you're going to be getting into when it comes to phones like these, and that is battery life. It's giving you a 3300 mAh battery, which isn't a bad size, but nowadays it's not great, and with these older phones the battery just degrades with time. You can always change the battery and get a newer one, which to be fair would perform better, but yeah, it's just one of those things you have to keep in mind. Now, the last thing to keep in mind about this phone is its performance. It's giving you a Snapdragon 835 chipset with 6GB of RAM. Now, I'll be very honest, the performance is not bad at all. It's definitely not the fastest or the smoothest phone, but you have to keep in mind, this phone came out back in 2017, and it still performs very well even today. It's absolutely fine for normal usage like social media, YouTube. It might struggle and heat up when gaming, but other than gaming, it still runs perfectly and doesn't lag in normal use. So the phone performs well on stock firmware Android 9, but if you try a custom ROM and run a higher version of Android, then maybe it might lag a little bit, but overall performance is not bad at all. Now, would I recommend the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 in 2025? Not really, but maybe I would in certain situations, and the main reason for that is its price. This device has significantly devalued over the years, and you can get it for very cheap. Just look it up on Facebook Marketplace and you will see what I mean. But other than that, this phone is indeed outdated. Maybe if you are planning to install a custom ROM on it, then yes, absolutely, it will still be very much worth it today. But I do think that there are better options out there, like the Note 10 and the Note 20, or the S10 or S20 lineups. They will just give you a more modern Android experience in comparison to this. So yeah, that pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any more questions, leave it down in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next video.